Wanted to introduce Tim, and Tim, on the other hand, also has an announcement he wants to make as well regarding our NHL affiliate, and the gentleman sitting to Tim's right. It's the first time in a while, which by ECHL standards is a long while, that we have a new head coach. This is the first time in the last 9 seasons that we've announced a head coach who previously wasn't with the organization, and only the third time in the last 9 years that we've introduced a new head coach. And with Tim coming from outside the organization and having a great deal of success with the Reading Royals in the Eastern Conference over the course of the process, we felt that he was our guy, and we're absolutely thrilled to have him. So I'm going to turn it over to our CEO, Kevin Bruder, and he's going to give his opening remarks before turning things over to Tim and Bob here.
Thank you, Adrian. We actually had the good fortune to welcome Tim to the Grizzlies family nearly a month ago, and it was a wild ride. A wild ride for us, but definitely a thorough search that we were able to get the candidate that we wanted, and that was the best fit for the Grizzlies. I remember meeting with Tim very early in July, and we went through a pretty rigorous process and set up an itinerary for him for about a day and a half. The evening before, sat down with him, and then had a full slate of activities the following day. And going over that itinerary, I leaned over to him, "Is there anything that you want to accomplish?" And in paraphrasing, he basically said, "I want to be the next coach of the Utah Grizzlies, return the winning culture and the winning ways of this franchise. It has every opportunity to succeed, and I've wanted this job for several years." That caught me. That got me right from the get-go, and the rest played out perfectly. Instantly, we became addicted to Tim's energy, enthusiasm, his leadership, in addition to his personality. He is the right guy for the job. Not too shabby, too, when you look at his ECHL track record and what that means coming from Reading, and his efforts in the recruiting front. And we're thankful to have Bob Ferguson here today with the Ducks, that Tim's going to go into greater detail. But rest assured, Tim's been hard at work for the last month, although he just recently arrived to Utah in the last several days. When Tim arrived to Reading, he was part of a change. And, coming into a team that finished in last place. And in all 4 years, they've been a strong contender. In all 4 years, as Tim was the assistant coach there. In those 4 years, they've won 7 playoff series, 2 division championships, and had the second most wins in the ECHL over that time frame with 172. And rest assured, when I talked to the staff, the general manager and the head coach at Reading, they gave ample credit to Tim in that process. So again, we're very excited to have him here. Oh, and did I mention the 2013 ECHL champions? Again, very pleased to have him in a great fit for our organization. Welcome to the team.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. I want to thank everybody for coming. This is the first time in 8 years that Utah has reached outside the organization for a new head coach. We are entering into a new era in Grizzlies hockey, and I'm honored to be a part of it. I'd like to first start out by thanking the Grizzlies ownership group, David Elmore and Donna Tuttle, and also our CEO, Kevin Bruder, for giving me this opportunity. My first order of business in bringing the Grizzlies into this new era was to find an affiliate that shared in our common goal of developing players, both on and off the ice, and creating a winning atmosphere. One affiliate I spoke to stood out amongst the rest. This organization has a deep talent pool. They have a very strong management group, and through all of our conversations, it was clear that this organization was the right choice. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to announce the new affiliate of the Utah Grizzlies for the 2013-14 season is the Anaheim Ducks of the National Hockey League, the Norfolk Admirals of the American Hockey League. just turn the mic over to Assistant General Manager for Norfolk, Bob Ferguson.
Well, thank you, Tim, and again, congratulations on your job. I'm here representing the Anaheim Ducks. We are very, very happy to be getting involved with the Grizzlies and the strong history of hockey here. I've been here a few times as a coach back in the old IHL days, playing, and it was always a great place and always stuck on me as a place where players would enjoy playing. And as we set out to look for an affiliate for our players this year and for our organization, two things that we were looking for as we talked to different teams was a place where our players would come and enjoy being, where it would be good for them, a good city, good environment, good hockey history here, town that knew hockey and would appreciate good hockey, but also would understand bad hockey. If there happens to be any played, I don't think there will be, but because it all helps in the development. And the other thing we were looking for was in a coach that we could trust. And with Tim, I've got experience with Tim. I coached him. I know what he's all about. I know his character, and we trust him. It'd be a good opportunity and a good place for us to put our younger players. With Anaheim, we believe in developing from within. If you look at our organization and the depth charts in our organization, we're getting pretty deep with young players. There's young players stepping into our lineup. We had 2 or 3 last year, right at the end of the year, step in and contribute, and we're a big part of our playoff success, scoring goals. Kyle Palmieri, Emerson Edom. So we're as an organization, we're in a situation where we're really emphasizing, especially in a salary cap era now, from developing within. We've had great draft years over the last few years. These players are all now coming into their own. That we wanted them to be in a place, like I say, in an environment that had hockey tradition, like we have here in Utah. We wanted them to be with a coach we could trust, that we knew they were getting the coaching, they were going to be in a success, but they could have success and improve. But one of the big things that we look for when we, with our American League affiliate Norfolk, who I'm involved with, but in what we know we're going to get here with the Grizzlies, is we don't only want our players to develop to play in the NHL someday. What we want them to do is we want them to learn how to win in the NHL. The players will all, have a chance to play in the NHL. That's one thing. But we want our players to be able to learn how to win in the NHL. And we feel real confident, very happy, that we're going to have some of our younger players here in a situation where they're going to learn how to be professionals. They're going to get great coaching, and more importantly, they're going to learn how to win. Because winning, obviously, that's the important thing. And so players that we'll have here, we know we're going to be able to trust that they're in a great environment, they're with a great coach, they're going to learn how to win. Tim's success last year with Reading speaks for itself. I saw their team play a few times. They play the game the right way, and I know that's what's going to happen here. So we're very happy on behalf of the Ducks to be affiliating with the Grizzlies. We'll look forward to a great relationship. We're going to do our best to make sure that you have quality players from us on the ice every night, and I know Tim will do his best to make sure that they're developing in the right ways, and that the bottom line is winning. And when we win, everybody's happy. So once again, thank you, and Tim, we're looking forward to it. So
Thanks.
On behalf of the Ducks.
Exchange hats.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, thank you.
All right, we can open things up to our media on hand as well as our fans in attendance. Marty?
How offhand right now, how many players do you anticipate might be coming this way?
Well, it'll all depend. Our history, usually in the past, it's going to depend who makes what team, whatever. But we usually, from a depth situation, don't hold me to these numbers, but we usually like to have about 6 to 7. Like to have 1 at every position, a goaltender, 2 defensemen, 3 forwards. There'll be a different type. We'll have players, some of our younger players that will just be coming out of junior ranks or college ranks that we feel are prospects that are just need to learn the game, learn how to be a professional, learn the part. And one of our emphasis we liked about Utah is it's a professional environment here. But playing at the NHL, the travel that's involved, some of the rivalries that have been developed over the years, and that's all part of learning how to be a better professional. We'll also probably have players here that we'll consider depth players, and they're the players that the fans here will probably get upset with us about, because they're the ones that will be going back and forth. Players that we will rely on with our team in Norfolk to, when we get injuries or we get call-ups from Anaheim, they're the players that go back and forth. And, everybody's dealt with that. And but they're the ones, like I say, the fans get upset with, because one night they're here and they score 3 goals, the next night they're missing. That's because they've been up with it. But so we're going to have two different classifications. The young players that we want here developing, getting regular ice time, getting good coaching on the ice every day. And then we'll have some guys that we consider depth guys that'll be the call-up guys for us and filling in. They're usually guys that have had some experience maybe at the American Hockey League level before. So.
Question, Jim.
Yep.
Most people approach a new job, you have a list of things you want to tackle first. Do you have a list? What's on your list?
Yeah, my first order of business was to find an affiliate. Now that that's done, it's just constant recruiting. My family and I just moved out here a couple nights ago. Still need to find a place to live, so we're working on that. And other than that, it's just recruiting character players, players that want to develop, that want to get to the next level, and that want to win and be successful here, and that want to get involved in the community. From now on, that's the first order of business is just recruiting a team. We have other things behind the scenes that go on as far as putting together training camp and things like that, but now it's just all about recruiting.
And what sort of style can the fans look for?
Yeah, it definitely is fast pace. We want players to get up and down the ice, puck possession, in your face, tough to play against. That's what we're going to be going for every night. And those are the players that work hard not only on the ice, but also off the ice, and get out in the community and make this place their own. And those are the high character players that we want to bring into this locker room. Those are the players that get the job done come playoff time, and are the reasons that you're successful in your season.
What did you learn as the keys of turning around Reading when you were coaching there as part of that staff?
It's all about structure. It's all about, at this level, you recruit your own team, so it's very important to bring in the right players. And this keeps going back to recruiting, but you lose so many players throughout the season, whether it's injuries or call-ups, that you constantly have to have a Rolodex of players for players to come in and fill the void. That's why you need good leadership, so when those new players come in, it's a smooth transition for them, and you can just continue on in your ways. That's definitely our biggest key is bringing in character people.
What sold you on coming here to Utah from all the way around Pennsylvania? Did you have any interaction with Utah as a player before? Or?
Yeah, I played here a few years back. I think it was the 08-09 season, the year. Early in the year, we were the worst team. I was in Augusta, actually, and we folded. And Reading was the worst team in the league. We came out here, we played Utah. And it's beautiful. The first thing you notice is the mountains, and the area is just gorgeous. These facilities are phenomenal. And then once I got to meet all the people, I had heard through the league and through people involved in the league that the people associated with Utah, the management, Kevin, was top notch. And once I met them, that was definitely confirmed. And it just made my passion to come here even stronger.
How long have you had it in your mind that you want to make that jump, leap to become a head coach?
Well, I think that's every coach's goal. Everybody wants to make it to the NHL. Obviously, there's a chain you need to take to get there. Just like when you played, you want to play in the NHL. There's a chain you need to take. Definitely from my last few years playing, I was always a student of the game, so I knew I wanted to get into coaching. And from my first year pro I started a hockey school back in Wisconsin, that it was something I wanted to give back to my community. You know, there's a lot of coaching involved in that, right? Working with the youth and things like that. So, and then obviously going to Reading. There's a lot of things you need to learn, though. There's a lot of things you need to learn along the way to be a head coach. I had a great start there in Reading, and I owe them a lot of respect and a lot of thanks for where I am today. I learned a lot about the game, a lot about this league, and I'm excited to get out here and get going.
You run that clinic back home. Is there what kind of youth development here are the Grizzlies going to be a part of in the city? So?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to get together on that. We haven't like I said, I've only been out here for a day and a half, so we haven't had specific meetings on that. But I would like to be involved in the youth out here. I think it's important. I definitely want our players, whether it's going out for practices or maybe running a couple practices. I'm not opposed to that. I think it's great. Every kid that comes here and watches the game idolizes these players, and you know, and if you can, the difference that you can make in their lives is huge. You can get them on the right path, you know, or you know, it could go south. And I think it's very important to get involved in the youth, and I'm hoping that we can do that as much as possible.
Just a side note on that, our vice president, Jared Youngman, is the Grow the Game coordinator for USA Hockey in Utah, and was recently named the Thane Acord new leader of the year. So it's something that's a big priority for us, is getting the community in youth hockey. And one thing that Tim made clear when we were talking to him was that is a big priority for him, is getting involved and growing the game for hockey in Utah.
Yeah, you know what, pretty much every single team in the ECHL, with the exception of a couple, the head coach is the general manager. Now, as far as the hockey side goes, you know, so you wear a lot of different hats as the head coach, and with that title, it's pretty much stays status quo. The job doesn't change a whole lot. You're still making those same decisions that every head coach makes in this league, but obviously all the financial things get run through the important people, and all the hockey decisions get made from the head coach. I'm 32.
Let's open up. We have a couple minutes. We can take some questions from any of our fans in attendance if you'd like to weigh in with Tim, Bob, or Kevin.
Through the Twitter feed, the ECHL announcing signings of players. I've wondered if the coaching change right at that time to sign players has affected the team in any way. Have you seen any kind of effect from that, just kind of getting a late start?
No, not at all. I was through the entire process. I know the qualifying offers that were made to players, and the players that are available. I was recruiting even before I was hired. Just getting players in my mind that I thought would be a good fit, and it hasn't really affected anything. You know, we're in the process right now of recruiting players and recruiting a good team and character players, and wasn't really affected one way or another.
All right, folks. Thanks very much for coming. We appreciate it. And for our season ticket holders, we'll be doing something tonight at 6:30. So we hope all our season ticket holders that are here can join us as well for more in depth with our new head coach and general manager Tim Branham. If any of our media wants to come up here talk individually, our TV cameras as well, please feel free. We'll take care of you with whatever you need. But thanks for coming, and thanks to Mr. Ferguson from Anaheim for coming out. We're excited to be involved with them, and Tim as well for joining us less than 48 hours into his move here in Utah. So thank you very much, and we will have more coming up on our website. We'll have this streamed on YouTube on our website, as well as our function tonight, and all our announcements on our social media outlets, Facebook and Twitter. So thank you very much again.